What's up, guys?
Happy
It's
Wednesday.
Super Otaku. Yeah, happy Wednesday. Super Otaku and Collector Brain. My buddy Yenza and I are hanging out tonight on a Wednesday night because we are getting hyped for Supergirl.
Yeah, actually, when you told me earlier, I was like, okay, let's get in the mood. So I actually started watching the Superman movie from last year. So um, it says I have 20 minutes left, but I think it's about 10 minutes of like the who all was in the movie. So of the credits. So about 10 minutes, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you so did you watch the Superman in the theaters or when it came out on like streaming?
I watched it on streaming. Yeah,
Okay,
and right
cool.
now in um I like to like the movies that I like. I like to buy. I mean, not physically anymore because I ran out of space at one time, so I buy them digitally. And so I'm always like watching for sales and stuff like that. So I think I paid like $5 for Superman or something like that. Yeah,
Nice. Nice. Yeah. And you get all the little interviews and stuff, I guess. The
yeah. It has the extras and everything.
Yeah,
So when it starts up, it's just the same as if you put a Blu-ray in.
right. Nice, nice. Um, what were your thoughts on Superman? Let's just start there.
Uh, I liked it. I was glad that they didn't fully reboot it because we all know the backstory, and like that they just put it like in a few sentences. A few years ago, this happened, this happened, this happened, and now we're here. So I'm kind of glad that they didn't start that all over, just because it's been done too many times, and I think they wouldn't have done themselves any favors just doing that again.
Hmm.
So starting somewhere like further away from the other movies, I thought was really cool. Um, I like the action. I like the actors. I like that there's other like the Justice Gang, you know, that they're there.
Yeah,
Uh,
Nathan Fillion was really good in the Guy Gardner role.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
I,
he
I like I like Nathan. I don't know. Sometimes I hear that he's like maybe a jerk or not, but then I hear the opposite as well. So I don't know. But I always like seeing him.
no, I mean that's the essence of the character in comics too. That he's a hero, but he's kind of like he's egotistical. He kind of he has an attitude.
Yeah.
He's very disparaging to other heroes and whatnot. So
And he insisted to stay true to the original look, like because they said he can pick a different haircut, and he's like, no. I said I have to have that haircut if I'm Guy Gardner. So
yeah.
I like that because he's he knows he knows the comics.
In the comics too, Guy Gardner's a older guy. He's not a young, I mean, he starts off. I think his first foray, like first appearance, he's a younger guy, but he's not. You know what I mean? He's not just starting out in life. He's had a lot of experiences and everything when he becomes Green Lantern. So
Hmm.
I like that they kept that true to the comics with the casting of Nathan. So that was good.
Yeah. Um, I don't know the actor's name. I think he's a good Lex Luthor. I think. Um,
Nicholas Holt. Yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, I like the story from start to beginning. I mean, here's the thing: is like for me with movies, like I don't. As long as you tell a good story and it's entertaining, right? I'm not hard to please. I mean, it has, and I like the especially if I like what it is about. Like in this case, like comic book characters. There's only a few times where I really like with Morbius. That was the only time I was like, oh, I really, I was stuck on a plane, so I finished it. But if it wasn't, I probably wouldn't have finished it because I really didn't. It really didn't entertain me, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of like my expectation for tomorrow, right? I want a nice comic book story be told with great effects, with great characters, and like I don't get hung up on like, oh, but she didn't look like the way and this and that, and I don't know. I'm not getting hung up on little details like that. I think what I've seen so far, I like the actress ever since House of Dragons, even though I didn't recognize her until you told me, and I didn't look into who she was, right? But I like her for the character for Supergirl. Um, I like Jason Momoa in general. I think he'll be great as Lobo. Um, yeah, I've been trying to avoid any spoilers, but I did see like little bits and pieces here. I know this one interviewer asked Millie Alcott if Lobo is just basically just Jason Momoa being himself, and she just laughed and she says, I don't know, like you have to go watch the movie or something like that.
He does try to
Yeah.
do a voice, I think. He's doing a Lobo voice. um, yeah, I mean, well, let's start by so you liked the Superman movie and you liked it because of the story, the action, the acting. So overall, like, where did you rank Superman? If you were to give it like a 1 out of 10, where would you rank Superman in terms of entertainment value that you got out of it?
I would say about an 8.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that's kind of where I
like,
had it too.
yeah. If it's 9 or 10, well, I was like blown away, and I don't know what it would. I can't tell you exactly what would have taken it to get it to that 10. Not really sure, but I was entertained. I liked it. I don't have any issues with it, and I think it's a really solid movie.
Yeah, I always look at a movie as you know a good sign of whether it's a good or bad movie is its rewatchability.
Yeah,
Because there are some movies where you just watch it once. There's no desire to go watch it again. Um, once is enough. And then there are those
AKA
movies,
Morbius.
right? I'm trying to remember like there have been some Marvel movies where I'm just like, man, this did not need to be made. Um, but yeah, Superman. I've I've rewatched it I think twice now, and it's it's rewatchable is kind of my point. I don't want to like be like, oh, I gotta watch it again. I gotta watch. It's not like that kind of rewatchability, but it's um something if like you're bored and you're like, oh, I want to watch Superman again. Like it's entertaining enough to where you kind of want to watch certain scenes and kind of want to watch
Yeah,
um, some of those interesting, uh, especially the ones where he's like, the one where he's like holding the building for the car to escape, and then it crumbles and he kind of
and
flies out.
he
That's a cool
floats
scene.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a cool scene. So those kinds of moments are pretty cool to rewatch and watch again. Okay, so I guess my question to you is: do you expect Supergirl to be better than Superman,
Um,
given the
that's a
information you have and your expectations and all that?
that's a good question. I would say about the same. And I'm just saying that not in a disparaging way, because I think all in all, it's a good movie. Um, I just think if it, like, to me, if I go into anything with unrealistic expectations, it's just gonna ruin the experience, right? If you expect to go into any movie and be blown away by it, it's sometimes, not even the best movie can maybe hold up to overly high expectations. Um, I think it has a positive because there hasn't been Supergirl movies since like Helen Slater, so I think that has something very big going for it. Like, because there have been iterations of Superman since the Steve Reeves movie, Christopher Reeves movies, um, and nothing really since then.
Mhm.
Um, we talked about the TV show. I'm a big fan of the TV show.
TV show was great. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, TV
yeah,
show was awesome. It's a different tone, right? It's like it is like a serial kind of. You have to watch the progression over like a season of television.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
The only thing that um, I think they have to tread careful as the character is the little cameo that she has in Superman is like it portrays this party girl rather than the Kara Sorrell that's like has similar aligned responsibilities and everything like Superman, right? That, like, in the TV show, like, she wants to save lives. She's a little bit shy, introverted, maybe even. And this character is the opposite, right? At least from what they've shown so far. Like, she likes to party, get drunk, or whatever, which is different than what the source material is, which is not bad. I'm not saying that's bad at all. It's just like you have to, in the story, you have to tread careful how far you take that, right? um can be good, can be bad, can be both. Yeah. But again, I think it will be, a good movie. Again, we're not, oh, but I saw little things here and there about like the costume and stuff like that, and I think those are just like nitpicky things that I
yeah.
don't really pay attention to.
Well, I already know I'm gonna like the movie. I'll just tell you, I have no expectations um, outside of what I've seen so far in the trailer, and I have watched a lot of the stuff that's come out on YouTube, like all the trailers, a lot of the scenes. So I'm now trying to avoid. I think it's too late. They've revealed everything they were going to reveal, but I'm avoiding all the interviews and the cast interviews and some of the behind the scenes stuff. I'm avoiding all that.
Yeah,
But
I've been even avoiding the trailers. I like, d-
that's good.
nowadays they just give away too much. Especially if you see trailer 1, 2, 3, 4, is like you seen
Yeah,
you
yeah,
seen the gist of the movie at times. And
yeah. I don't. I doubt I'm going to be surprised.
okay.
Meaning, I already know how the movie's going to end. I already know the basic premise, so I know it all. Going in, I don't think I'm going to be too surprised
Okay.
because I've read the comic book first off, so I know um, kind of the story arc of the Woman of Tomorrow.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, again, they've given up away so much in the trailer that I'm just kind of like, okay, so this is what's happening, right? She's like um, trying to save her dog. She's teamed up with somebody who's out for revenge. All these things. I hope I didn't give too much away, but it is kind of predictable, and it's a movie. So I mean, again, uh, knowing all this, even knowing all this, I know I'm going to enjoy it. And the reason I know I'm going to enjoy it is because there are just certain things they're taking from the comics, um, that only really somebody who like loves the character can truly appreciate. Like I'm seeing all these reviews and whatnot, and people are just like kind of harping on like the acting, the the does this character need to be there? Does this character need, like they're nitpicking all these things about the film without understanding the whole history of the
Yeah.
comics. It's like, okay, um, I liken it to the reviews I'm hearing. I liken it to like watching Shakespeare without understanding the history of the period, right? It's
Okay.
like you're watching this play and you're equating it to something maybe you've seen before, but you don't understand the period, like Verona, or the period of the time and the politics of the time,
Yeah.
and sort of commentary that exists there. So that's what I'm excited about. It's like they're bringing Kara Zor-El, her history, her origin, to the big screen. That was never presented in the Helen Slater version. It's presented in comics, and there's really two timelines. There's the Silver Age origin, and then the modern Tom King version of a broken character. That is new. People don't realize, like, Kara Zor-El dealing with trauma and being a broken character, that's something Tom King introduced in Woman of Tomorrow,
Oh, okay.
right? So it's different from the classical presentation of Supergirl. But that's not to say both don't have a place in this movie,
Right.
right? It's like you can have both a classical presentation of the origin plus the modern, sort of the deeper cut of the character. And that's what we're getting here. That's why I know I'm going to like it.
Okay.
I already know we're getting, like, from a fan perspective. And this is the thing, James Gunn, when the first Superman movie came out, I was skeptical. I was like, James, you better stay true. You just give us a classic presentation of the character, the Boy Scout, the goody two shoe, the guy who wants to save every life, even if it's a squirrel, even if it's like a flea, right? He has the power to do it. And he did. He presented it just like, you know, now there were details here and there that bugged me, but from the overall story standpoint, the character staying true to the comic books, that was there,
Yeah.
and
The,
that's going to be here as well. So I already know I'm going to like the movie. Now, it's the details and all that. Yeah, there might be hits and misses with jokes and whatnot, but overall, I think, like you said, it's hard for me to like dislike a film. It has to be really bad for it to be like on my, oh man, I did not enjoy 2 hours of my life being wasted. It's hard to do that for me.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm the same. I even liked the Flash movie, and I don't like the actor. I do not like him. He is a very unlikable person, I think. But I did like the movie, so it's you can find entertainment there. Um,
We're talking about the
what's his name? Ezra.
Ezra, yeah, the guy
Yeah,
with the sort of psychological or emotional problems or something.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like him. I don't like the actor
Yeah,
himself,
yeah,
for things he's done whatsoever.
hmm
But the movie itself, I thought was good,
yeah,
and I mean it was entertaining, right?
yeah.
Um, it's not the greatest depiction of Flash, but it was entertaining. So yeah. Oh, and,
All right,
hi
so
Ron, hi Gordon.
hey,
I
what's up,
guess.
Ron? All right, so one thing we have to talk about is now that there's been sort of a bunch of people have watched the movie um, in some of the, I guess they do it for like marketing purposes, but they let some special folks kind of watch the movie, put out a
Yeah,
general review without spoilers and whatnot, and then people get to kind of um, give their thoughts on what they saw.
yeah, I did that in LA once.
Yeah.
It's just the thing is like they don't a lot of times like they don't tell you what the movie is, so we didn't. It was okay, but we didn't get one of those bangers. Like it would have been cool, like to preview, superhero movie or something like that. So
Okay.
yeah.
But one thing this is prompted, and I just want to bring this up, there are channels taking advantage of this. And for example, here I've watched the Real Rejects. These two have actually watched the movie. They've
Hmm.
watched the movie and they're giving their out of theater reaction. They're literally outside the theater filming this.
Okay.
Um, and and then there's this guy who is didn't watch the movie. You could just tell he didn't watch the movie, and he's going off on it, saying how it's not that good. Um, but he's just going over sort of
The trailer.
the nuts and bolts of the what we've already been presented with. He's not going deeper than what he's gleaned from the trailers, right? And this guy's a big ass poser, Jeremy Johns. Just go and give him some hate, man, for being a poser on YouTube.
So it's just
Didn't even watch,
clickbait.
right? Clickbait. Didn't even watch it. He's already got 651,000 views. This is why he lies and does this. Versus these people who watched it and they only got 30,000, 37,000 views. I mean, that's shows you the nature of this YouTube algorithm. It's kind of sad that this, fake, basically fake account, guy who doesn't even put any effort into, is getting all the views, and then these people who are actually going out and putting a lot of thought into the video, um, not getting the views. It's anyway. That is,
Yeah.
but there's a bunch of these videos. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Like this guy, he
Well,
watched it, but then he's like filming it in his man cave, like he always does. Did he really watch it? I don't think so.
I mean,
Um,
it's the kind of thing that I've seen, recent years or something like that. That
yeah,
negativity gets you more views than if you give
right,
something a glaring review, right?
exactly.
Or an honest review, right?
Yeah, rage bait,
So
right? They want to get the rage bait. They want to get the uh, just the clickbait. So like
yeah,
it's gonna bomb. Like or Supergirl's already bombed and melt like this one meltdown. Like
yeah.
nerdrotic daily. This guy doesn't even look like he leaves his house, let alone has watched the film. So
But you're gonna
um,
you're gonna have that. I'm pretty sure that there's some hardcore fans of the comic books that probably have never been happy with any of the movies that have been made this far. Doesn't matter if it's Marvel, DC, or anything. They're just gonna have something to say about how they disliked some details that were missed or something like that. There's just a lot of these that they're not going to be happy about it. And you can't please them all. You're always going to have that. And like we said, the negativity, the clickbaity stuff just just works
Well,
in the algorithm.
okay, shockingly bad. Like this lady, she's dressed up as in the Supergirl costume, right?
Mm.
It's questionable whether she actually watched it or not. But I can 110% tell you that she has no idea who the character is.
Mm.
You know what I mean? She's probably never read a comic book. Okay. In fact, let's go to her channel here. She's called Beyond the Trailer. So her whole thing is like she just does trailers.
Oh,
Like
okay.
she's done a Toy Story 5 review. She's done all the X-Men stuff.
Did you dress up as Woody or
Spider-Man.
Buzz?
She's doing the green light. Like I don't know. She didn't dress up as she's in pajamas maybe. I don't know. For
Or
that, I don't
Jesse?
know. Yeah. So obviously she has like no clue about Supergirl. you know,
Yeah.
she's just putting out videos. And this is the thing, like, I would never trust the opinion of, again, what I call a poser. She's just a poser. There's just no, you know what I mean? That's fine. You can be a poser, but there's nothing more revealing as to you don't know anything about comics than like her channel versus this guy. Okay, this guy, he loves Superman. Look at this guy. He's uh he's
Is,
Australian.
is that the comic they're giving away?
It might be. That's a pretty cool cover if it is. Yeah, I want that. I want that. The movie cover, the movie poster cover. That'd be cool. But you can tell this dude loves Superman. His whole channel is devoted to Superman, and he's talking about the comics. And I mean, and this guy liked it. So there you go. It's like, I'll trust this guy. He just watched it, he liked it, and this
So I
is
mean,
this
if
is
the people that do know the character and they like it, so I don't understand what the people that have no idea about Supergirl what they were expecting then. And I mean that even I could kind of see, like, in the past I've seen movies where people are like they're very familiar with the comics and they get disappointed because it doesn't live up to the comic books, right? But then if it's at least entertaining to the people that don't know any better, so I don't understand what the people then expecting if what
Gordon.
expectations they're
Gordon's
going
having
in.
issue with my issue with posers. um, yeah, the YouTube is full of posers, so I guess yeah, it's just you're hating on like 95% of YouTubers. Then I guess it's like
Are we including ourselves in that? Are we?
we're
Are we?
including ourselves in that, right? 'Cause we we haven't read all the comic books, and we we're as fake as the rest of them. No, but again, I know I'm gonna love the movie. Um, I do have my concerns, like when the first Superman came out, that it's going to be too derivative, meaning um, they're going to make it like I heard comparisons to like, oh, it's like Mad Max, in space, and I hope they don't do too much of like that. Like I hope they don't borrow too many elements from other movies where like, oh, I've seen this before. They copied this from like Guardians of the Galaxy. Things like that. Just keep it, try to keep it as original as possible. You've got a lot of really good source material here to work off of, so you
Yeah,
don't need to borrow from other things too much.
yeah. I mean, but I kind of get also a little bit change of scenery, right? You don't want to be just like, um, Metropolis again or something like that, and then instead of Superman, you just have Supergirl, and then it's just, you know, today we have the girl, and it's the same movie, right? So I kind of understand the change of scenery to really say that this is connected but different, right? So I can kind of see that, love the reason behind it.
Hmm.
But let's see. I'm excited.
What is it going to take for you to walk out of the theater and be like, man, that was really bad? I mean, what would it take for you, like something where it would trigger, like, oh man, this wasn't good.
I mean, if it's boring, right? I mean, it's
It was
just,
boring.
I just can't see that actually happening, right? But you know, anything that in that realm is possible. Um, you know, I don't know. I think if I take James Gunn on, you know, as what he surprised me with was Guardian of the Galaxies, right? Galaxy. Um, I didn't know anything about the characters before going into the movies, and I was very much surprised. And actually, that was a great movie. Um, but being in space, like one of the other, I forgot the which Guardian that was, where it's rather isolated. Um, the characters isolated from everything else. I think that's the one where Star Lord meets his dad or something like that. Something like that um, could be a bit of a bummer for the story because it's just very out there. That introduced a little bit of a boring aspect to it. Um, but the few, you know, I've been, like I said, I've been trying to avoid any trailers and stuff like that. But like few things I've seen here with fighting scenes and stuff like that, I don't foresee that happening. And yeah, I think it will be. I foresee some good action. Um, I want to be surprised if there's any other characters that they haven't spoiled so far. I mean, we all know Lobo will be there. Um, uh, I assume that's an assumption that Superman will at least make a cameo at some point, maybe at the end or after the credits or something like that. There will be at least a little cameo. I want to think it would be dumb not to, especially if they want to continue the whole universe, right? There will be same as she cameoed in the in Superman movie. I'm pretty sure he will cameo there. Um, See what other characters, yeah, what other characters they'll bring into it, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Are you excited for Lobo? Kind of, or like, what are your thoughts on the character itself himself?
I actually never read it since I've as a kid or something like that. I didn't read any DC, and most of nowadays, like I'm catching up now, right? So most of my knowledge was like from the Marvel Universe movies, right? That's the comic books and what I knew, what I've read as a kid. So I only knew him from covers and stuff like that. So I don't know too much about him. I seen pictures before. I think Jason Momoa has the look, and I can see why they picked him for it. Um, and yeah, I think that's all I know. So I don't know much about Lobo, but I like the look of the character. Um, like some of the other comic book covers and stuff like that. Except as for same as Wolverine, like the first appearances looks like the weirdest. Like Omega Man 3, uh, uh, that's, you know, for what we know now, that's a weird looking Lobo right on the cover, but that's a different story. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. What's the first though a little bit until maybe we get into Avengers Doomsday. Usually, like when actors take on other characters, it's usually not. Actually, I can't say that either. I was gonna say that actors, when they take on other comic book characters, it's not in the same universe, but that's not true with Chris Evans either. Was also in the same universe, because we've seen some that crossed over from from DC to Marvel or something like that, right? So and not long ago he was still Aquaman, and now he will be Lobo. So, but
Yeah, I mean, I so even people who read comics, right? Um, Lobo became a thing kind of in the 90s. He really became a character in the 90s. Um, and he either kind of fell in love with the character because he did have like a in the DeMatteis Giffen run, he has like a really key appearance in that, and then that kind of keeps him relevant in comics for a little bit. He has his own little series, and he kind of grows into his own character, and he becomes this sort of this cult. And this is how characters like this are born. They have like a really memorable story arc, kind of like Wolverine, right? Wolverine shows up in Hulk, and then he shows up in X-Men as a team member, and he just becomes one of the top characters that people care about. Lobo's kind of that way too, but Lobo's story arc, it's interesting because when he was introduced, it was like peak comic books. A lot of people were reading comic books at the time. And then as his arc got going, it's like people fell out of comic books. It's like his arc kind of didn't hit the timing of having a lot of people follow and read him. So he came at a time where I was like, I had read him. I didn't have any like uh, passionate feelings about Lobo. I just thought, interesting character. And then I kind of fell out of comics. But I do think where he is in the zeitgeist of like, how they hype up things like, oh man, Lobo's in the movie, and like where he is in that position with, especially with his history in comic books, and the fact that a lot of DC fans, a lot of comic book fans do do like Lobo, like his presentation in ongoing. Um, this is a new starting point for the character, I think. So I'm very interested to see how people react to it. Um, but for me, Lobo is not the linchpin to me liking this movie.
right.
It's cool that he's in there, but you literally could have had anybody in the movie, like
But
Metamorpho. Mhm.
do you think it's one of those attractors some for some other ones when they say like, well, yeah, Supergirl is cool and all, but hey, I remember Lobo from the '90s, that they put him in there for that reason.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah, definitely. And he's popular enough of a character to, you know what I mean? Like, for example, if you were, it's like kind of like he's playing the same role as Punisher in Brand New Day, right?
okay.
Everybody loves Punisher. Punisher has his own series. He's his own character in his own right. He's not your typical hero, but people don't hate him, right? He's not like a good guy. He's got his issues and he's kind of rough around the edges, but people like that kind of character, and that's kind of what Lobo is for this movie. It's like he's an injection of something we haven't seen before. He's not a character that's been in DC like movie continuity, right? We're getting him in the movies for the first time. But yeah, I think that infusion of, oh, this is something new, and we got Jason Momoa playing him. It's like it's a draw. I think it
Mhm.
won't detract from the film. It's definitely something I think a lot of fans are going to be excited about. But for me, it's like it's cool that he's in the movie, but they literally could have put like, for me, like Dead Man. and like another DC character in there playing a role would have served the same purpose. For me, it's really about the focus should really. I don't think Lobo will take away too much from Kara's story,
Mhm.
but for me, it's really about Supergirl at the end of the day more than anyone else.
Okay.
Given this, all right, so Millie Alcock, there's a lot of chatter about, and you and I have talked about this on a previous occasion. I love the casting of Millie Alcock. I don't know what I think. You also you're kind of reserving judgment, but I think you agree. Like casting her was a good
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
move.
she has she has a great look for it. It's like in this, I can see it. I mean, I like I really liked Melissa Benoist. I don't know how to pronounce her last name in the TV show. Um, she was a great looking character. She was a great actress for it. She played that great. But as they also go with the character in a different, as we talked about, in a different direction, might be it makes sense to go with a character that kind of maybe personifies that a little bit more, and it kind of uh, like in House of Dragons, like a little bit in the beginning, like that doing the things you're not supposed to do in the character um, that she played there, kind of fits with this version of Supergirl, I think. So yeah, I think she has a great look. She definitely makes a good looking Supergirl.
I absolutely agree with you, Melissa. The look, just if we're talking about the look of Supergirl, I think Melissa hands down nails it.
Mhm.
Um, but I also think from an origin perspective, Melissa is like a full grown like woman in this role, right? She's like mature. Whereas if you're introducing Kara when she comes to Earth, right? Kara comes to Earth in the origin, like she's like in middle school. She's a girl still,
Yeah.
and Superman, her cousin, is a man, right? So it's like there's that age dynamic, and I think in this movie that we're gonna see, you're gonna see that age dynamic play out, right? Kara's gonna be much younger when she comes
What
to Earth.
is the story that they used in the TV show aligned, like her backstory on um is that aligned in the comics, and that's how little
Well,
I know
the
about the
TV
comics?
show didn't align in the comics. I mean, it to a certain degree, but she comes to Earth looking for her cousin, and it's different, right? It's the TV show had a different take
Yeah, it
on it.
was there. It was on Krypton. She was older, like she was already like 6 or 7 or something like that, like under 10 years old, and Kal-El was just born. So she
Yeah,
was sent to protect him, but then she was
right.
caught up in the Phantom Zone. And when she got there, she hadn't aged much beyond when she left Krypton, while he was already a full grown adult.
Yeah, I think they explain it like because of space travel, um, there's time displacement. So by the time she catches up to come, she's uh, Kal-El, you know, life on Earth or whatever is accelerated and moved forward while she's coming at a slower time.
Yeah,
And so by the time she reaches, he's fully grown. So there's like
yeah.
just a time displacement there. That's the explanation of the comics. Um, and it works. Having that dynamic really worked in the comic books because he's showing her the ropes. He's like, "This is how you be a hero," and she's kind of helping him out, and she's really um, you identify with her as a young reader because she's kind of like just figuring things out, making mistakes, um, getting being new to this new environment, right, and learning the ropes and all that. The TV show didn't really cover all that. It was more like a romantic comedy based. Like she had love interests, and she was like entering the workforce as like you know the, she was helping what she was like the boss's like assistant or something,
Mm.
and it was cute. It made a good TV show, but it wasn't like what I mean. Like there were holes in the character, and well, I like the look of the character. I don't think you could ask Melissa Benoit. She was bubbly and sweet, and like girl next door, which is the classic presentation of the character. But if you're presenting her as like, I watched my entire race of, my family and my entire race, I remember it as a
Mhm.
survivor, and just coming to Earth and being all bubbly and like no residual, like you know,
Well, they did some flashbacks and kind of built that into it, yeah. But the main character or the core of the character was different, yeah.
yeah, yeah, she was way too like modern woman, human kind of character, which is fine. It worked for the show. It worked for the tone of that show, and I still think that was a fantastic. I only watched season one, but season one was fantastic. As a
Yeah,
Superman fan, it's like, yeah, give me more of this. Like, she was very easy to watch on screen. Let's just put it that way.
for sure.
So I do understand some of the criticism around Millie Alcock, like her look, like she's not, like people have issues with her like physique and face and all that, and that's just unfortunate that people are harping on that. It's unfortunate for Millie because I think she's attractive. It's just like
Yeah.
a lot of people are tearing her apart based on the looks.
The only thing that I found funny, I saw, I think she was at Jimmy Fallon or something like that, and they ask her about that stand when she lands like this, and they showed a comparison that squirrels, when they drop from a tree, that they land the same way, and they did that comparison, and yeah, that was funny, but it was more like a wholehearted thing, not so much like a mean spirited, like the whole Dean Kane comparison thing there.
So these guys hated the Supergirl movie. These clowns. Um, Film Threat. They didn't like it at all. But I wonder if they like anything. It looks like they're just two old guys that just like to gripe about stuff. I think that's their whole thing. Let's just watch this little short here, see what they're all about. You gotta love channels like this. They're putting a lot of effort into just crapping on everything, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, uh, this is us, man. This is us in a few years. You and
I
me,
want to stay, but I want to stay positive. I don't know. I don't want to be crapping on everything.
right? That's not what our channel is about. Our channel is about building up uh, this movie. I doubt I'm going to hate this movie. It's going to be. I'm going to come out of it probably loving it. Now, my whole thing is, will it be better than Superman? And to be honest, I think it has the potential to. be more entertaining than Superman, because the for the reasons I liked Superman, I like Superman not so much for the action. I like Superman for that, like the scene with Lois where they're arguing, the scenes with Guy Gardner, the funny like conversation, like where he's like, like Justice Gang giving away the secret and all that. Those little
Yeah,
interactions. I love that about the movie more than anything
yeah,
else. Just the writing and the banter between the characters, and what why I think Supergirl has a potential to be better is it's really going to focus on her as a character and showing as much of the layered parts of her psyche and what motivates her and how she turns it around. I think that's for me is going to be the real draw. And of course, you're going to have like action and comedy and all that kind of interwoven in that. But that's why I think very confident like that story that we're getting, from what I've seen in the trailers and everything, that story we're getting is already compelling to me. I've seen enough to be like, oh man, this looks like it's going to be really good. So um, there you go. I'm already giving you my my out of theater reaction uh, to the movie.
yeah. You can just take a little snippet and just put it in for tomorrow. And
We got Awesome One joining us. What's up, dude? Um, so you stopped at Half Price Books today. What? Anything? Any new pickups?
no, not really. Or no, I have a feeling that they haven't really put anything out in a couple of weeks. That's how it feels like. Or that somebody is there like the day before, and whatever they put out new is gone. Um, yeah, it was a bit of a bummer. So, but that's
All right.
okay.
So what's the plan for tomorrow? We're gonna meet up after work in Woodinville.
Yeah,
Have some
8
dinner.
p.m. is it right?
Yeah, 8 p.m.'s the movie. I figured could just grab something nearby, and
Yeah,
I don't know if you wanted to go to Sirloin Bucks before before the movie, pick something up.
nah, that close at 5. I don't think we'll make it.
You already checked the time.
I know I've been there before, so yeah.
Oh, that's why I love you, man. That's why I love you.
But
So yeah,
we'll
we'll
grab some food and then
just
we'll
get ready.
make it to the movies.
Get
Yeah,
ready. I'm super excited, man. I'm super excited for tomorrow. So
I'll take a couple of bags and boards in anticipation of getting the comic books, getting a comic book.
all right, so I do have a confession to make.
Hmm.
I am $18 poorer.
Somebody was on eBay.
I was on Amazon Prime actually. Let
Okay.
me show you what I picked up. So
I mean,
as you know,
if Amazon Prime counts, then actually I got something too.
oh no, what'd you get? Is it comic book related? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I think you and I got the same thing. Something
No,
along those lines.
no. So now I got this for Father's Day, which is the second compendium, right, for my kids.
Nice, nice.
Uh, so and then I was on Amazon, and well, I needed to
Yeah, yeah,
complete
yeah.
the trilogy, right? I mean, good thing about this was it was there was a like an online coupon. It was $30 already, and no, from my kids, not for my kids. They don't get to touch and run. It's for me. So it was like $30. What they cost like 65 or something like that. So it was $30, and I have these. I use that Amazon credit card, right? So I get the rebates or something like that. and I had $20, so got this for $10, and I figured for $10 I complete the trilogy and I'm done. So I got some reading material.
Ron doesn't believe you.
Yeah, I have a short box coming from. That's a good one too. Yeah, I need to use that.
So for me, I'm always on Amazon looking for comic book top loaders to go on sale because they're pretty expensive. They're like for a 10 count, you're paying usually like 28, $30, somewhere around there. And I was eyeing these magazine top loaders and they went on sale on Prime. And so I was like, so I was getting per top loader like $1.80 because we got free shipping. It comes in a day. And I was just like, it went on sale for $18 for 10. And I was curious as to like just to see if they were good or not because I could return them, right, if they were bad.
Yeah.
You know, I was just curious to see if these were ones I'd want to use moving forward. And they're really good. They're better than BCW. And these are my top loaders moving forward. So I'm just going to show you the size difference. This is
Okay.
your typical one from BCW.
Okay.
And again, it costs about $3, like 280 to $3 per top loader versus this magazine size. You can see the size difference. It's much bigger. You can fit two big books in here really easily. And of course,
Let me know if you need some magazine backing boards. I have some.
so I have these magazine ones, the magazine sized books that were just in bags and boards, but now they fit in here,
Sweet.
the
Yeah.
magazine top loader size. So really good product. Just to show you the brand here, Cool Bill. It's on sale on Amazon right now. Um, really better quality plastic than the BCW ones. I don't know if it's because they're new, but they're really durable. They're clean. They're sturdy. Again, you can fit thick books in here, no issue. Um, Pretty good pickup. I mean, can never get enough of these ones to protect my like Silver Age, Golden Age. I don't have too many Golden Age, but like you know what I mean, like the larger format books.
Yeah.
Um,
Nice.
all in all, good investments. So yes,
And I the last thing I ordered was I need the blue light for the the blood box. So I ordered both and the cable to turn them on. So that'll be the
nice,
next thing, so we can take care of whitening some comics and get some foxing out and stuff like that.
sweet, sweet. Oh yeah, that is a good Amazon Prime purchase right there. No,
Yeah.
no issues there. Um, but yeah, like my wife informed me like the $50 that I have coming from her. I have cash right now, about 100. Let's say I have about $120 left. Um, the 50 because I told you I did some eBay. I have a book coming.
Mhm.
I had a book I unboxed yesterday, or yeah, yesterday, and then with the top loaders and all this stuff. She's basically like, "You're cash poor now from my end." So um, the summer budget has dwindled faster than we were hoping, but it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, I posted those DC Universe that we picked up, but I don't have any takers on that.
DC Universe.
like those 4 comics, those Superman comics that we picked up on
Okay.
Saturday.
Okay.
Posted those.
Okay. Good
Yeah,
deal.
and then I sent you a picture. So this is what's left of the slab.
I know. All right, we can talk about this. Um,
For those watching, don't know. Also, a little bit over a week ago, I opened my first 25 comic book submission, and the upset of the box was Dork number 1 getting an 8.0 and becoming the lowest grade on the census.
I
There
knew that was
was
bugging you, man. I had a sense you're gonna do something dramatic, and you did.
it is, yeah. So it was brand new. I don't know. There's also some color up on the back, so pressing will be no issue. Like it had a crease around along the back, which it still has it. I haven't pressed it yet, but yeah, it must have laid on top, and then it has a color up on the back staple, so I think that will keep it from being a 9.8. So what I decided to do instead of just getting it reslapped is I'm gonna send it in to get it signed by Brad Bean, the creator, and yeah, let just do it that way. So I'm
So
thinking
when
like even
is
at
the
a
signing event? Like when is the submission deadline?
It's just till the 15th of July. So I'll press. I have something in the press right now, and actually I need to turn that on.
That's actually a really good. I think that's a good call on your part, right? Because
So
it's going to come back a higher grade.
yeah, for sure, better than an 8 any day
Yeah,
of the week. Yeah,
yeah, and you're going to get you're going to have the signature now, so it'll be worth more than you know.
yeah, that
Especially if
will
you get
make
that 9.6, which is what you're hoping for, right? The 9.6.
yeah that'd
Yeah,
be great. Yeah, it's I don't know what they did on it. I thought at first it was a little like that they had some dirt on it. No. I used the screwdriver. Actually, those things are a lot harder to get into than some of those channels make it look like.
you didn't damage
Uh,
the book, did you? You know, like when you did
no,
it.
no, no, no. I did it on top, so you can see some. This is where I stabbed it, uh, right there. I had a
Taking your
screwdriver, and I'm
rage
like
out on the book.
trying to poke it and stab it, and it's not moving. Um, so actually, I mean, speaks for the build quality of CGC. Um, but which is actually a positive thing is the so keeping the empty case when you do the layover for the when you do stain removal, right, and you spray the paper with the hydrogen chloride, and then you lay it on it. It's kind of good to do it on a flat surface, which the cracked case is perfect for. I saw a lot of people do that, so um, I stab it these. Yeah, um, yeah. So I'm hoping that at least the 9496 will be in the future. I mean, it should be that. I don't know. It must have happened in shipping or whatever. It was a brand new book, never read. I even gave it a quick press, nothing to because it was brand new, right? So, but I'll do a little bit of humidity, get the stain, get the wrinkle out or whatever it is on the back. I'll press it tomorrow, but I'll keep it like I'll give it 3-4 days to make sure that it doesn't come back. And then I'll send it out like yeah, first like beginning of July, which is like right
Mhm.
around the corner.
So the crease in the book, though, you think even with the press, it'll be Gone.
Yeah, it's not a color breaking one. It's
Okay.
just it looks like it was laying on top of another book and then something heavy on top of that, which could have not even happened in shipping. So I have really no idea how that crease got into there. Um,
Okay. Yeah.
Also, don't know how
Again,
the color
given
up
given
happened, but
that, I think you're going to get above a 9 for sure. So
yeah,
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 good move. I know that was bothering you, and
yeah,
so
yeah. The other
yeah,
one, I mean, there were some that were kind of like a bummer, but this was like the
yeah,
biggest bummer of the night.
yeah.
So, which could have also been at a 9.8, could have been also maybe the most valuable book in this submission, sort of, because it would have been at a 9.8. It's like 200 and some.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
that's why it was the biggest bummer too. Oh
Yeah.
well.
And that was your spec play there. That's when you had to kind of like get back, and we're on a like a time clock. Uh,
Yeah, but it's, like I said, I yeah, I've gonna continue reading the other ones. It's a fun story, so maybe I'll hold, like, once I get it signed. I don't think I'll turn it around right away. I might hold on to it a little bit. Might be a fun one to keep
well,
for
again,
now.
hoping you get closure on that with a good result. And
Yeah,
again, we're gonna have the signed book, so hopefully, if it does morph into the next, Invincible or whatever, it you'll have a good memory of all the struggles with it.
well, in a way, if it happens to a book, it's a good thing that it happened to this one, since I got it for $4, and even with the first submission, um, there's still value there. Even if I just do a regular resubmit,
Yeah.
would still be worth it, because the raw book climbed to $75 and kind of stayed there.
Wow.
1 second.
That's awesome. Yeah,
So
it's got multiple printings already, right?
yeah, I think the first one is in its fifth printing or something.
Whoa, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's some variants that a few variants that are even raw in like 200s or something like that. Yeah, so I think there's some value that there. I mean, the value still stays there even if I resubmit it, but I thought like getting a signature might be a cool thing. So
Absolutely. Yeah. I saw your when you sent me the picture, I was just like, oh man, he did it. He did it. But
yeah,
it's actually a smart move, I think, given, yeah, like knowing the end result, like you're gonna have a signed book, higher grade, and like that's when you'd want. Because I did the same thing to my GI Joe.
hmm
I wasn't particularly happy with the grade, the silent issue, and then Larry Hama came to town and was signing books. I'm like, well, no brainer, right? I took the slab book, had the CGC. Actually, CGC would not crack it. They said I had to crack it myself. So I was at the event, I cracked it, had Larry sign it, and then just gave it to the CGC people. And it came back like 2 weeks later, same grade, but now a signature book. So,
okay,
um, in fact, I just want to show that one off here.
yeah,
This is
8.0 be gone. You're right. Which, I mean, if it's a Silver Age book, 8.0, it's a great grade, but for a brand new book, not so much.
I literally had the same result as you, buddy.
8.0.
And I cracked this one. Because I got the signature there. I even got a sketch, the Arashikagi. I don't know if you can see the sketch, but it's the Storm Shadow tattoo sketch there. So it's signed and sketched by Larry Hama.
Nice.
Well worth all the pain of the initial grade.
Yeah.
'Cause I bought this book raw, assuming it get a 9 or better, and it got an 8.0, so I was just crushed. And yeah, I had an opportunity to crack it and get the signature, so I definitely took advantage of that. Now I couldn't be happier. Really, best decision for this book. Yeah, best decision for this book. So happy for you, buddy. Good luck with that process.
Yeah. And at around the same time, so I'm working through the 9.8 the 9.8 pre-screen. There's a couple of books that I had to take out because, I mentioned last time some bad storaging in the boxes. I got some separators to kind of hold the comics in place better, so that won't happen again. And I just had to take like 3 or 4 comics, exchange them for other ones. The last one is in the press, and then I also want to wait a few days, reinspect them, and then I'll submit that around the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sold told you I sold that video game that makes up the majority of the cost, and I sold my Apple Watch recently, so that should pay for the rest, and should be good to go.
Have you sold any of the slabs they got back yet?
I haven't posted any yet, but I have to. Well, I sold that ASM 299 to my buddy Marcel. But yeah, there's a few more that I need to post. I was thinking like maybe start local and see if something moves, and if not, I'll put it on eBay.
Yeah, we still need to hash out the. I still want the Absolute Superman.
Yep.
So we need to work something out there as well.
That's
we
no
talk about
problem.
that a little bit tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
All right, Jens. We will. So you and I are gonna do an out of theater reaction tomorrow for the movie. Do you want to do it right out of the theater, or do you want to like come home and do it like this? How do you want to do that?
I'll leave it up to you. It's gonna be. I mean, how long is the movie?
It's almost 2 hours, I think.
Yeah. So I mean, it'll be if we get out. Let's say it's 10:30. If we get home, it will be like around 11. If we do it here, so it's. I mean, either or. I don't care.
Yeah, I guess it's gonna be because we'll have Friday. We'll have Friday to kind of give a more thoughtful, but like just out of the theater. Let's just do it live as we
Walk out.
Just kind of like a in front of the phone, kind of like initial reaction. That could be a few minutes, right? And then Friday on your channel, we'll do this on your channel Friday.
Okay.
We'll do a more thoughtful. We're not going to spoil anything, but give our thoughts on whether we liked it or not. Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds
absolutely.
good.
Yeah, and we'll text. We'll text tomorrow to say. All right. We'll text tomorrow to coordinate grabbing some food before we go, and then. Yeah.
Also, do you know what the policy for the comic books that they're giving out is? Are they giving out one per customer, or like you think we could get like multiple copies?
I think it might be just one, but we'll have to
one.
ask. I don't think. I would assume it's one per customer just so they have enough and don't run out. But like, if we ask nicely, maybe we get an extra one. I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of want to finagle them into like, hey, can we have one more copy? Like, we get 2 each, right? We got to show up with our comic book T-shirts and just be like, look like we're really desperate, like we're like this is the only thing going on in our lives. Maybe they'll give us a pity copy, but it'd be good
Yeah,
to get 2 copies. That'd be awesome. All right, Ron, get some food, man. And everybody, thanks for watching tonight. We will be
thanks, guys.
back tomorrow with a live reaction and back on Friday. So peace out. We'll see you in the next one.
Have a good night.